So next question, number 5. This is actually, since you are a coach of younger players, okay, I think you could speak to this a lot because when I was in high school and even in college, I was always faced with a sort of dilemma. It's like, do you prioritize this or do you prioritize this? So Michael Jordan really needed to bulk up because the Detroit Pistons were just like physically clobbering him all the time.
It was basically, you could say, it was physical
it was
abuse.
And he found it really important to weight train. The thing is, I see this with a lot of younger players. It's because I do have a younger brother and he did play varsity in high school. And it's just like some members of his team, they seem more inclined to do more weight training. And it's just, how important is weight training in the game of basketball? Is it something you should put in as high regard as the skill training? Or is like the skill training first, the weight training second, or vice versa? What do you think about that?
Okay, I'm not going to go all scientific on this because I may get the terms right, and I do not have a lot of I do not have books around me, especially with lockdown situation. But if things were normal, I could have answered this a little bit more scientifically, a little bit specific. But for me, weightlifting is really essential. It is, however, it is essential and it is functional, but you have to cater it to your, especially in basketball, you have to cater it to your play style.
I see.
The same comparison with that goes to how you weight train if you're in football. Why do I say so? In football, you get your legs. Then you have a good set of arms, but not that bulky. Why? You're needed to run up and down and then have the core ability to fight for those one-on-one balls, those tight windows. Compared to if you train like a linebacker, you're just going to overpower everyone. You're going to push through everyone. As a wide receiver, you don't need to push through. You just have to get away or do a little 1-2 step, 1-2 combo to get away from your defender, then fight over the top. You don't need too much. You have to bulk up in the upper limbs, but you don't have to do too much.
I see.
So same thing. Now when you cross it back over to basketball, again, you have to find it functional to how you play. The reason MJ did it was because he was getting beat because he was driving from the perimeter to the paint. So as said in the Jordan rules, if he goes by to the paint and he's up and he's about to
eliminate him,
knock him down. That was basically the Jordan rules. You force him to a trap. If he gets away from the trap and then he goes up in the air, knock him down. So what he did was to switch up the defenses collapsing on him from different sides of the floor. He developed his trunk, his legs, and his arms that he would be a post-up guy. Now, when he posts up, when people clog, the floor widens out for the people across the floor. Hence why, yes, weight training is functional and it is really helpful, but you have to put it into, you have to put your play style as well as a factor. But yes, it is in high regard because it really helps you cope up with people.
I got it. And there's a lot of examples. You can just like go to any of your local gyms or like your local courts, and then you'll see someone that's like, this doesn't sort of make sense. Because before in engineering, when we were having a tune-up game, we were facing another college team, and there was this guy. He looked really buff, like, you know how the Gold's Gym people look. I'm sorry, Gold's Gym people, but that's not all of you. But there are some of you out there that look really buff and puffy. But
pointing out,
we called him Buff Clay, or we called him Gold's Clay, because I thought, since I was opposite of him, I thought I needed to help because he started running off the ball towards the paint. I thought I needed to help. I thought he was gonna catch a lob or catch an entry pass. This guy ran to the paint and flared out. I was like, what? Why? This doesn't make sense. Why are you this buff? And then the thing was, he never used it either. So if you drove past him, like you put your armbar out, he doesn't use the he doesn't use the extra. I was like, what's this for? You feel? I think in that case it becomes really counterproductive because like you could have done something else with your time.
That's what my point was with functionality. Now, if you need to bulken up, you have to also put in account what's it for, not just for the show that you have great body, you have great looking body. You have to put into account its purpose. For example, if you're a small guard in basketball like me, I have to prioritize weight training and weight gain because I have to be guarding bigger guards, so I have to stand my ground. Same with your position, the 3-4 spots. Since here in our country, we more usually post up bigs, more of inside attacks. You have to bulken up a little bit just to avoid to take the beating. So same thing goes in all levels of basketball that pertain or include weight training. You have to put into consideration your not just your position, its purpose for you. Then put it in, combine it with your skills, your play style, your skill set. Then put both at a very high regard. Then do your effort, put your effort in relentlessly. It'll take you far. I think MJ getting 6 rings with weight training, with him putting in training, I think that's enough. More than enough.
And I mean, the thing I think people can get the most out of this is just self-awareness, because for me, I was, you have your idols and your, but then you pick and choose. So actually, my idol for weight training is LeBron James, and it's not in the way that other people might think. It's because we both have lower back issues. Because if you see me, I'm sort of a little bit slim at the mid portion. So
at the trunk.
So what would happen is, and I have also other sports. So like if I'm playing ultimate frisbee or if I'm playing like flag football, whenever I go up, especially in basketball, if I really go up to like finish with force, or if I get a high rebound, sometimes I can overextend my back and back spasms.
Back spasms.
The thing I hate the most in life. The thing I hate the most in life.
I think, have you trained your groin?
No, because
that's the worst.
Oh, okay, that's
walking.
But the thing,
sitting up and standing up.
But the thing I don't like about back spasms is because it's a spasm. So you don't really have a comfortable position because it'll just spasm when it chooses to.
I have before I experienced groin problems. Back spasms were the worst. But when I had some groin issues, no one's beating a strained groin. Even a pulled groin hurts.
I'm doing my best not to.
Do not wish it upon yourself. It is the worst.
Okay, I got it.
It's the worst.
For everyone watching, take care of those.
Yeah, it's arguably the worst non-major injury. Because yes, you say it's a minor injury, but it's part of your leg. So when you try to bend down and jump, there's not much spring in that.
Got it. All right. So that was our 5th question. We're really on a roll right now.